Hello, 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 everyone. Yay! So I'm here. Paige is here. You may or may not know her. Should know me if you're here because I like ad sales. But we're here today because I just do this thing a lot where I pick up the phone and I talk with freaking awesome people. And some people become clients and some people become friends and JV partners. And so when I meet someone awesome, I want to bring them to you. So I've got the lovely Paige Filliater. I'm going to butcher your last name.
It's okay. You're not the only one. Possibly butchered.
Yeah, so
it's a mouthful.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
A double entendre. But what my thought was is I wanted to bring Paige in here because she does some really cool stuff with the other side of sales that I like to talk about, which is sales funnels. And she has an entry point through Facebook and doing Facebook ads. And there's lots of folks out there who are doing them and using them. And I think she's got like a really interesting perspective. And I think that this is like a fantastic companion to what I like to teach a lot of, which is outreach, where you're manually like saying hi to somebody and getting them on a call. But you also need that sales funnel and that connection. So I could talk forever. I want to ask Paige to just give us a little intro of who she is, you know, where she is, what she likes to do, who her people are. And then she and I are going to have a nice organic conversation and you guys kind of get to be fly on the wall listening in. So Paige, introduce yourself, please.
Well, my name is Paige Filliater, and I am in Ohio, and a smaller town in Ohio. It's about 60,000 people, the county. And I like to call it creative marketing because even though there are logistics involved and numbers and sales and strategies, at the end of the day, it's really about being creative. And I try to insert that in every single thing that I do. So what I'm probably known best for right now are my Facebook ad services, consulting, and basically mentorship really, and then done for you services. So that's for the people that just don't even want to mess with it. They don't care to know how it works. They're like, just like, okay. And those are people that typically have a team or, I can teach them the team how to do it or just do it all for them. So yeah, so with my Facebook ads, I really enjoy the whole creative process of it. So the copy is usually what most Facebook ad managers or strategists hate. And for me, that's what makes my ads stand out, is because I really do a lot of storytelling and a lot of creative copy with it. And I think that's why I get the results that I get. That and my graphic design. I have a graphic design team, and really it's editorial because our women our ideal audience are women. So we just take cues from magazines, and they're just really beautiful to look at. And I think that they set our clients apart from other people.
Yeah, and that had me thinking, the first thought was like, how do you know what's going to be a good Facebook ad and what's not? Because I've had varying success with them. I know everybody, like, it's the thing, use Facebook ads, but like, when you're starting to put something together, how do you know? Because I've heard different experts who are like, only use a short amount of copy because no one reads past it, or the picture has to be of a person, or it doesn't, or it shouldn't. Like, I think there's a lot of noise out there, and I would like to hear what you think about like what makes an ad good.
So there's no right answer because everybody's different.
I love that. I love that you just said that, because that's what I talk about with sales. Like, there's no like the way to do it. You find your own unique way. So how do you help people? And I'm just going to totally like railroad over you. So
it's okay.
Talk over me all the time. So how do you help people figure out what's the right one for them?
So what we do, like the process is we sit down and I get to know them, and then I get to know, who they really are, their strengths, their weaknesses. And then we talk a lot about their ideal client, who they're trying to reach. And then they have to take this ridiculous, epic questionnaire that they're always complaining about. Actually, the same questionnaire, worldview booklet that I use for my copywriting clients. And that's for reasons, because I use a lot of the same strategies for my Facebook ads as I do my copywriting clients. And so, but the thing is, I test for every single client. I test long copy and short copy, and I test 4 different images, 2 with their face in it, and then 2 without, and then different variations of things. And then I test the copy with those images. And it's so funny that you said that some people say that short copy, mine's almost always long copy, but then you have that like random client who the short copy works. It just depends on the audience. And I think you have to always keep them at the forefront of everything. And people forget that. They're like, how is this ad going to make me money? And, you know, how can I get the most conversions? And it's really, how can you reach out and through the computer screen and touch the person that you really want to work with? Because even if they don't convert, they see you.
Yeah. It's so funny you said that, because I was actually at an event this past weekend that a lot of people came up to someone who I was with. They were like, I see you on Facebook everywhere. And I know what they were talking about were her Facebook ads. And so whether they became clients or not, it's kind of like a visibility tool.
It's posture. Like, you just position yourself as a leader and an authority because you have, like, people see you a lot.
Yeah. So here's a question I always have, because I've heard varying different, like, and this is nice, I feel like I'm talking to an insider. I've had people who've told me, like, oh, go put, you know, an ad out. You just need like $10 or $12 and little tiny budgets and just go get some ads out. And then I've had I spoke to a wonderful person in our industry who's like, it's $2,500 just to start, and you probably need to spend $10,000 in ads this month to like draw in a couple thousand people to you. And I was like, holy crap. So where is the, like, I know it's probably different for each person, but like.
It is. It's okay. So literally I have a course for people that just want to learn it on their own. And the very first lesson, very first module is objectives and goals. Like, it's the only way I can tell you what you need to do. So it just, like I said, it just depends. So when I test, I like to optimize first. So I spend about 2 weeks optimizing audiences and where are we really resonating. And then I will spend the thousands of dollars. If you want the thousands of people on your list, maybe you want to grow a little bit at a time. I've had clients who grew their list by 500 in 2 weeks. And that was a good progression for her. Right. But if you want 3,000 new people on your list every couple of weeks, then you're going to have to spend $3,000, $6,000 to do that, because even if you're getting dollar conversions, 60-cent conversions, you're still going to be spending that much. I just like to equate it to dollars. Like, okay, so you want 4,000 people on your list this month, then be prepared to spend at least $4,000 in an ad budget.
That totally makes sense. So it just had me also thinking, like, if it's depending on what you want, does everybody, I know it sounds weird, but does everybody need a Facebook ad to grow their community? Because I feel like it's too smart. It's such a great technique to not use it. But like, maybe this is a better question. When do you need it? I guess that's the thing.
That's a great question. So people are really resistant to it, I think, when they see that they have a little bit of, they have organic success. So truly, when people come to me, and the ones that I love working with are the people that have had and made six figures, you know, off without them. Because one, I know they have the mindset, they know that how important having people on your list is and community is. But so it's basically when you want to take your impact and make a bigger impact.
Yeah.
If you want to get in front of more people, or really just up level, like it's time, you know, it's time to like turn it up.
Yeah. It's so funny you said this to me. That's like the proven thing. Like, if you know what you have to offer, people want, if people are buying things or taking your free PDFs, you can optimize it by doing a Facebook ad. But if you start, and I guess what I'm hearing is that you don't necessarily want to start with, like, you don't begin your business and you're like, I'll do a Facebook ad and have clients. It's more like, do some of the techniques that I teach first to organically get people around you, know what you're offering is actually something that people want, and then you maximize it. This is a higher level strategy. I really like that. You maximize.
So let me put this in perspective for you. There are very successful high-end coaches that are telling people just to do Facebook groups when they built their Facebook groups with Facebook ads. So you have to do a little bit of both, and it is what's best for you when you do them. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. And that also has me thinking, so what's the best thing? And I know you're probably going to say, and I love this, the answer is it depends on what you want. But like, what's the best thing to run a Facebook ad for? Like, is it good to run it straight to a group, likes to pages, to a free PDF, to a video series? Like, what's the thing?
It's not page likes.
Yeah. Well, and I have to tell you, I should probably know, I know about this much about Facebook ads.
No, well, people, it's so funny because people are like, I ran this page likes campaign. I'm like, why? One, your reach is terrible organically on your business page anyway, and it's just like a vanity number. And I get it. And it's once I have my email list built from my Facebook ads, I will just upload my email list and then ask those people with Facebook ads to like my page. So the likes are way cheaper because people already know me.
Okay, that was like, write that down, folks. That was a writer-downer. Writer-downer. I make up words. Yeah. So it's build your own list, however you're building it, and then you can just transfer, and I know nothing of this.
You can upload, it's a custom audience. So this is how I did it. I had an opt-in for like a Chic Conversions, which is a workbook of how to get, I call them chic conversions because they are chic, like it adapts to who you are. Like that's what makes a woman chic, is how she presents herself to this world. It's not about having money and things like that. So I named it Chic Conversions for that reason. And so people will like that, and then they go through my funnel and they will see my Facebook group. Or they will just be acquainted with who I am, and then they end up liking me anyway. So I try to do it organically, but I build my list first, and then I can upload the list and create a custom audience within Facebook audiences for my ads, and then just target those people. So when I have like a $27 product, which is like no-brainer for people that already know me and know the value, a la being on my list, I just put that ad right in front of them. I don't even bother sending them back through the funnel I just paid for them to go through. I just put it right there in front of them, and I tell you those are the people that buy it.
Oh, I love it. So this is really like Facebook ads are another way to touch the people that are around you.
So it's all about impact. It's just how can you keep, like I said, keeping the people that matter at the forefront of everything, and how can you get them the things that they need.
That's amazing. So what's like the one thing that you find yourself telling every single client that you work with that would be so good for everyone to know who might be watching? Like that thing that you're always like, don't do this, do that. Like, what's that thing?
Well, the thing that people aren't doing, and it's pixels. And I know why they're not doing it because it's really confusing, but they're so powerful and it's going to save you so much money in the long run, is if you have a website, even if you're not running Facebook ads yet, you have a website or a lead page that you know people are going to or that you're sending people to via a blog post, put the Facebook retargeting pixel on it. It's just a piece of code that goes on the back end. I do a million training videos on it. So it's out there for free to learn how to do it and place it on there. So once you're ready to run a Facebook ad, it's already gathering all the cookies of people who have already visited your website. So when you're ready to do an ad for an opt-in or even a product, you can get it in front of those specific people, and your conversions are going to be so much lower. So I try to get my clients conversions under $2, but between $2 and $4 is still good if you're making an ROI at the end, if you are pushing to a product. If you're not pushing to a product, you're just kind of building your list, really try to get it to like $1, between $1.50 and $2, because, you don't really know what the end game is going to be quite yet. But for retargeting, you can get people for like 50 cents to $1 because they're already familiar with you. So they're going to click on you. They're not thinking about it. So that's why I recommend that. And there's just so many different things you can do with custom audiences. And that's why there's a whole module about creative custom audiences, not just custom audiences, but how do we really be creative with it?
That makes so much sense, because actually that's what I teach everyone is like, go to the Facebook groups where your clients are hanging out if you're going to post things and you're going to connect with people. And what you're basically doing is the same thing. You're learning
fruit.
Yeah. You want to catch the people who are already around you. It's not about going and finding strangers and converting and convincing them. It's go to people who you already know and help them know you more. Because I talk about this all the time. Like, you can't follow up enough. Like, there's not too many numbers. And that has me thinking, like, I think you do something really smart where it's not just the ad. You use the word funnel several times, and I think that is key. And let me ask you, how long does it need to take from a person clicking on your Facebook ad to like making a purchase with you? Like, how long do you need to keep them in a process? 3 emails?
3, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So, well, it's a small intro offer. So, I mean, you talk about sales funnels and things, so people are probably familiar with this. So it'll be a Facebook ad to, I'll just walk you through sheet conversions. Facebook ad to sheet conversions, workbook. On the work, you put your email in, and then on the thank you page, I give you a free training of how to place pixels because it's so annoying that people don't know how to do it or don't do it. It's just, I can't believe that people aren't pushing it enough because it's so helpful. And I think that's just me just wanting to help everybody. So I do a free training, and I don't know if people are watching it or not. I don't check that page, the analytics on that page, but they get that first email. And I want to say to your audience that this is the most important thing to me. It's as a copywriter and as a marketer, people completely phone it in on the first email where they deliver the opt-in. They just, here's your opt-in. If you send me an opt-in and I am not enthralled with what you're saying and just fall in love with you in that first email, I'm never opening another email again. So that very first email is so paramount to your entire funnel. It is the most important piece of your entire funnel if you want to make money from it. So they open my first email, and I can't tell you how many times I actually get replies to that first email. Just, I love what you do, blah, blah, blah. So first email, and then the next day is another freebie that has something to do with that first one. And then the next email is probably referring to that other freebie again. Here's my freebie. And then, hey, I've got this masterclass I think is going to really help with the freebie that I just gave you. And it's a $27 masterclass, and it's like a 10% conversion rate on that. So I made $600 in a 2-week span just on that, the $27 product. I spent $300 on ads, but multiple people actually jumped the funnel and just bought like my one-on-one services just are in the thousands. And now I have a whole course for $197 that I have to put in the funnel, but I haven't even put it in the funnel yet. And people from that first funnel are in my Facebook group now because of the funnel, and they bought it.
Well, and that's the key, like getting someone to become a paying customer, even if they're buying $7, $17, $27 thing, they just set themselves up. So what you were just talking about, having like $600 for a $30 product is a really big, that's a big amount of money because you just created that many paying clients. I like that you said they skip your funnels because I think that's something that people stop on. I know for me, like I preach, teach, do sales funnels, and for myself, some days I don't do them because sometimes it's like, oh, that's a lot of work. And what you just said is, no, it's not. It's actually just build it. And then people either flow through it or they'll jump past it. But that first connection is the most compelling. That's huge.
I ask them, I put in my PS, like I write my emails like I'm writing them to my best friend. So at the email's like, hey, PS, this is what's happening over here. There's even more amazing stuff going on in my Facebook group. And that's how I built my Facebook group. I haven't paid a dime for my Facebook group specifically to grow it. It's just a byproduct, and then people get in the Facebook group and then they buy the big things from me.
I love that. It's all roads lead to Rome. You're trying to gather people to come into your list. You're just taking them through a few little steps to get there. So it's like Facebook ads are the thing that helps people kind of see you as a beacon out there. They're either they know you and they see it again, or they're new to you, but then they see it a lot. So it's like the shining beacon that says, hey, over here, come join us. Then they go through your list and they either get into your Facebook group or they become paying clients or they hang out. I always tell a story that one of my clients, she's known me since 2008 and has been around me, bought last summer.
Yeah.
Sometimes people stay for a long time, but what you're also saying is that you can move people from hello to a purchase pretty quickly.
Really quickly. So I have had people, I actually recently just sent a contract, an invoice to a client who has been just taking my free stuff for a long time, always been in contact, been in my groups, been just like the greatest brand evangelist. Like, I don't even care that she didn't buy because she's just the best to have around. And she actually purchased my like $6,000 package, my new one, because, you know, it's like she didn't even buy the $27 package. She didn't buy the $97. She's like, I'm going, you know, I finally have time, and it's really about impact, and I've impacted her for this amount of time, and finally she's ready to give back, or she's ready to really take her business to the next level. So you might not see the monetary, you know, outcome today, but you will see it along the line if you're providing value and your funnel is just centered around them. And yeah, to me, Facebook ads are just a beacon to get people in and to get to know them. I want to get to know them. Selfishly, they're going to help me create courses.
Yeah.
Like, how do I know what to create if I'm not talking to the people that need them?
Oh, I love that. And you also talk about tracking. I know we talked before on the phone, and like I asked you, like, how do you know if it's working or not? And you're like, duh, look at the numbers. So, which is so funny to me because that's what I do too. But of course, that makes sense. You look.
If you have the beauty of having Facebook ads in a funnel is you can see where, like, what's not working. Like if a funnel is working one week and then it's not working the next week, you can see what you need to tweak. Like obviously you want 100% conversion rate on your funnel.
Oh, yeah.
Is it ever going to happen? No, but can it be 80?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be. It takes a lot of work. So I would just say that when you look at your reports, look at the conversion. The first thing I look at is the conversion cost. So you need to be tracking your conversions. Sometimes people do a clicks to website campaign. Let me give you a little insider tip.
More nuggets.
Okay. So if you have your conversion pixel placed, it takes a few days or a few hours for that to optimize. So to start testing audiences to see what's resonating, do a clicks to website campaign. Send them to your website and let that pixel optimize. And then the next day or even the next day, duplicate that ad as a conversions campaign. So you know which audiences are working and you've just helped that pixel optimize. So now that you've done that and you have a conversion campaign, look at the cost per conversion. If it's converting, if you have like a high-end product at the end, I'd say like $400 at the end of a very short funnel and you're paying $2 per lead, leave it alone.
That's huge. Yeah.
Leave it alone. If you have just an opt-in and you're not seeing any return on that investment right away, or if you have a $27 product, you want it to be under $2, you would like for it to be under $2. So if it's doing well, don't even touch it. Mm-hmm. You go to your ads manager and you can see there's going to be a graph up top. If it's going like this, like up and down, but it's pretty steady, that's because Facebook's algorithms change every single day. Your ad is actually doing really, really well. If it goes like this and like this, or the opposite, then you need to check. But the overall health of your campaign, you can tell right then. But look at the cost per conversion. If the cost per conversion is okay, good. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Do not touch it. If it's getting a little bit higher, or if it's just terrible out of the gate, like I've had clients campaigns where they're like $6 conversion. I'm like, okay. So then I look at the performance and clicks. It will innately give you performance stats. Mm-hmm. But if you click on performance and drop down to performance and clicks, you can see a lot more. So you scroll down and you look at CTR, which is the click-through rate of the actual ad. And a good click-through rate is between, I'd say 80 and 1%. If it's between 1 and 5%, it's great. But you could get that means that percent of people are clicking through. Wow. Actually clicking through your ad. So that will tell you if the ad is appealing, if you have a higher CTR. That's
huge to know because I think I don't know any of this stuff. And so I look at all the numbers, or I have my VA look at the numbers, and it's like, well, which ones do we change or which one do we pay attention? It's nice to know like what's good, what's not good. So
another thing I would say, like even before you do CTR, check the landing page, because the landing page is going to be a lot easier. So the way you check the landing page is you look at the cost per conversions, or how many conversions you have. Let's say you had 22 and then you had 100 clicks. Mm-hmm. So divide the 100 into the 22. And if it's below 30%, then it's the landing page.
Interesting.
Go over there and optimize it. Do what you can to optimize it. Typically, make sure everything's above the fold. Make sure your message is clear, and make sure that the copy isn't differing. There's not a disconnect. Mm-hmm. If your conversion rate's 33% and above, then you look at the CTR, and sometimes the CTR will be like 80.8 or 0.08 or no 0.8, and then but the conversion rate is still really high. Then you want to look at the cost per impression. So if you're paying like $15 or up, then it might be your audience.
Interesting. Oh, there's so many little moving parts. This is awesome. I'm like finding myself leaning in and I'm listening to you. I want to talk with you forever. I also don't want to create a video that's like a bajillion gigabytes or whatever it is. You know me. I don't know anything about technology. I pick up the phone and call people and sell to them. But you said something that was like really like hit for me. So I teach people how to sell like high-end products and lots of stuff. But here's the reality. Sometimes people need to come in at a low bite, like a little taste. And more than free little taste and work with you, and they become your clients. And you're experiencing that. I like to teach it, but also Facebook ads give you that vehicle. It gives you a way to sell something for like $20 or for like $400 and under, so the people who are around you can really benefit, but you also get like that little bite as opposed to like the $15,000, $20,000 programs.
Because it's scary, especially if they don't know you, to spend that kind of money with you. So what you're doing is you're giving them a chance to see what it's like to give you money. How does that feel for them? Because we're all about like the energies and feelings. So like, how does that feel to them? Does it feel good? And then what it's like to work with you and be a paying client. I mean, I could just see the people that love my brand, their faces get light up when they actually like get to work with me. Like one-on-one with me, they're like, and that lights me up. But like when you do a low intro offer, that is what you're doing for them. You're giving them a chance to see what it's like to work with you. And those are almost always the ones that end up spending more with me along the line.
100%. I love it. I actually was on the phone with a client the other day and she's like, Laura, I was just listening to all of your recordings. It's like I got you in my head all the time and now we're talking on the phone. And the funny thing is, she is one of my high performers because she watched all my free stuff, bought my small bite thing. We're talking consistently. I know she's going to probably step into another program, but that part I don't even care about. Part I really care about. But she's implementing everything and she's seeing amazing results. And it's like, if she didn't have the ability to go through the process with me, free, small paid and such, she would never have gotten there. And that's, I think, what and
you're also just priming them. Like you're creating your ideal client. Like I'm helping them with the mindset work for free in my Facebook group because I want to work with them one-on-one, but they're just not there yet. So you have the opportunity to do that.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so Paige, give us like your one little thing of like what I would like to say to people if I could tell them that thing. I think I even asked you already, but also please tell us where can people find you, because I like to connect. And I know you're in the Facebook group, but I want people to come to your Facebook group and we all get to join in. So tell everybody where they can find you. Okay. And tell me that like one little other golden nugget.
Well, we did the pixel, but like on a deeper level, get to know your audience so well and spend time on that story and how you guys connect. Like you tell people all the time, like the sales call is connecting at first. Okay, well, it's the same thing. Everybody thinks there's different rules for online and offline. There's not.
That's right.
It's the same thing. So how can you connect with them and make it about them, but also get them, introduce yourself to them? So work on the copy and the audiences and think outside the box, books they like, magazines they like. And there's a lot of advanced strategies, but really focus on them and what they need from you, and you will have a successful campaign, bar none. Like you just will, because you know them and what they need. So you can find me at freddarlingstudio.com. Don't love my website right now, but it's there.
It's posh. So I always say that I sold like a $35,000 contract with zero website. Literally didn't have one until a couple years back. So
it's like it's half old brand, half new brand, half like old packages. And so I don't love sending people there, but you can contact me through there and book a complimentary call through there. So I do like to send people, but also I'd really love to connect with everybody all in my Facebook group, Baby Got Brand.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's right. Because you have a cute little munchkin Ford who's like, what is he, 4 months now?
4 months, yeah.
Yeah, so watch this, ladies, like a rockin' business mama. For all my guys who are in the group too, like totally doable. I got the 4-year-old munchkin at school right now. I know your little one's being taken care of, but like totally possible to blend what you love and who you love and how you want to be. And I think Facebook ads is what kind of leverages it, because you could do all these things behind the scenes.
No, and the happier I am, the happier he is. Like the more my vibe raises and I'm excited and it's like abundant, I come home and he's just happier and happier and happier. And I'm like, what's making you so happy? I am. So it's completely possible and doable. You have to do what's good for you.
Yes. Oh, yay. Okay, so go find Paige. She's rocking it. She's awesome. If you have any questions, I'm going to be posting this video in the group. So comment below and both of us will answer questions. But get out there, do Facebook ads, talk to people, make money, right? That's what we all want.
Make money. Like it's spend money to make money. It's great. It's like gambling, but you know, better odds.
Ah, I like that one. Okay, well, Paige, have a lovely, lovely day. Mwah. Bye, everyone.